and then he can boost the confidence that way.
The conversation going on right now with Scott Verplank is whether the ball moved after he addressed it.
Trying to make the determination, Kelly, if he actually ground the club.
I'm just on, yeah, I mean, it was a while before. Anyway, if you have to do both, then is that addressing the ball or not?
Not addressing the ball.
I understand.
You put the club behind your ball, which puts you in jeopardy. Okay.
Okay.
You didn't have to do that. If you had never sold the club, then there'd definitely be no problem. But the fact that you put the club behind the ball, at some point in time, you put the club behind the ball.
That, of course, is PGA Tour official
then you
Mike
started
Shea.
taking your stance.
They're on their way. Right. Okay. If I play the ball right there, we can talk about it when we're done. Or do I need to put it back where it was? Or am I going to play two balls?
You can play two balls if you want.
But if I hit it right now, it's okay. Say there's no penalty. What do I do? Put the ball back, or leave it where it's at?
If there's no penalty,
yeah,
you play it where it is.
Okay.
But if there's a penalty, you put it back for one. So if you play it, if there's a penalty, you don't put it back, then it ends up being a two-stroke.
I believe the danger there, Nick, is that he could play from the wrong place, which would be even worse.
Well, exactly.
And I agree, and I'm the same way. But if I felt like I told Rory, I said I could tell you if I moved something around it that made the ball move, I would be the first to say, you know what, I fluff, whatever, club down the grass and the grass is bouncy and the ball rolls. But I put the club down with my feet like that, and when I get my stance, and the club never back down on the grass.
It's a great example of the self-governing policies of the game of golf. Scott Verplank is convinced, in his mind, that he hadn't done anything wrong.
Well, he's grounded the club. They all agree with that, and the ball has moved. And unfortunately,
it is deemed to have been moved.
Yeah, it's deemed to be moved by that. The fact you know darn well it wasn't you, because he's lifted the club up, and then the wind has blown it. So once you've addressed the ball.
Is that not strong evidence?
I mean, is the ball blowing now? It's not moving around now. Yeah. Let me call Slugger.
It's quite unusual for, both these guys have been on tour for 20 odd years, and Scott Verplank is questioning the decision of the referee there, which you're allowed to do. You're allowed to then go to the chief referee, which then his decision is final.
Well, the chief referee that Mike Shea was referring to there is Slugger White, of course, and I believe Mike called on his radio for Slugger to come out there.
It's pretty simple, isn't it?
We'll get back to you. Meanwhile, the drama continues for Scott Verplank. Looks like he's reluctantly agreeing to play two balls here because the decision is still in question in his mind. And Dottie Pepper, why don't you take it from there and tell us what's going to happen?
I want to play two balls because I don't agree with you and I don't want to stand here and argue.
Scott Verplank very adamant about the fact that he does not agree with Shea's decision.
It's his contention that although he had addressed the ball, that the wind caused the ball to move.
But that's the same as on the putting green, Dottie, isn't it?
Yeah, if you've addressed it,
once you've taken your stance, even if your putter's an inch behind the ball, you know darn well you haven't touched it, and the ball wobbles, you see it all happen. That is rubber the green. That is the rules of golf.
So even if he'll play two balls, write both scores down. He'll go into the clubhouse after the round. They'll make the final decision, and the proper score will count.
As Mark is saying, Kelly, if he's deemed to have caused this ball here to move, this ball should it be placed back in its original spot, which is what they're determined. Right, and then where's he then going to put his second ball?
I think what he'll do here is he'll play one from where the ball currently lies, and he'll play one by putting it back.
That is correct.
But this one has got to be put back, though.
And how far did it move? Where will that ball go? Will it go inside a divot hole?
Put the club here, slide it in, up ahead. So,
I think he'll get to place it, Kelly, so if it wasn't in a divot, he would not.
But how far do you think that ball would have moved? Obviously, it didn't move very far. If anything, it might have oscillated.
I didn't actually see it move.
Well, no,
I mean,
if it oscillated, we would say that, because sometimes it does in the rough. It bounces down and comes back up, and it hasn't actually moved. Well, a ball can wobble and come back but only wobble at 1 degree and comes back. But this one's definitely moved, and the word oscillation.
Question from here, Nick, is, what's your mindset coming in here, playing these last few holes? You got two balls in play. What am I scoring?
It's got to be tough, Dottie. There's two things going on here, really. I think with the mindset. One is the rest of the round, but also you in this situation when you're playing 2 balls need to totally concentrate on both the balls. You're playing 2 different holes right now.
And you need to calm your temper from the argument you've just had with the rules official.
Well, yeah, you're looking at a lot of time that's passed since this whole thing began. We're talking, we're pushing 15 minutes right now. Agitation level is pretty high.
Plus, you know, with Mike Shea on a ruling like this happens a lot. This happens anytime it's breeze, and so, I mean, I'm sure he's quite surprised that Scott is arguing this one.
Okay, and then I'm going to take another one.
All right, so Scott has moved the original ball back now.
Under penalty of 1 stroke, will be playing his 3rd.
And then he will put another ball down here, I believe, in the place where it moved. If he didn't cause it to move, he would be playing his 2nd
That's
shot.
correct.
Dottie, which hole is Rory on right now? Has he just gone through the 16th?
You know, I wasn't going to say anything. It was only a matter of time before that came out.
Yeah, he's up there steaming. What a shame.
Okay, end of the day, this is a 5-iron from 149. It's howling.
Now where are they going to put the other ball? In the divot?
That's what I was asking. Now he's got to put it in a divot hole. Back to Verplank, 2nd shot, same stroke.
All right. Same, slightly better.
Yeah, much better result there. So Scott Verplank has 2 balls on the 13th green. He may lay 2, he may lay 3, who knows?
We believe this is the par putt.
You sure? Because the first ball he played went short. I thought this was the 2nd ball. That was the 2nd ball birdie putt, I think. And because the first one, which he replaced, landed at the front of green, I assume he's chipped that one up. So.
Well, that ball lies 3. And the other ball, if that's the case, lies 3 as well.
So back at 13, this was Scott Verplank for his par.
This is ball 1 par. Yeah. And, oh, so
that is going to be a 5.
And this is ball 2 for a par.
Correct.
So if he misses this.
So if he makes, do we give him 9 or 10?
Oh, so we do have a difference. So he's going to haggle hard for his 1-shot difference.
Ball 2.
He wants the 2nd one, obviously, for a 4, but we're quite confident. And he's pretty wet as well. Sheesh.
And he may be a little hot.
The rain will cool his. Oh, not in front of the cameras, please.
The Family Channel.
Well, a veteran like Scott Verplank, I don't think will take this very much further than to the next tee.